Here we have a new 2026 Cadillac XT5. This one comes in the sport trim level with all-wheel drive. This color is stellar black metallic, and then we have jet black leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. Nice front fascia there, and I really like the look of the sport trim. We get that nice blacked out grille, and it just looks really, really sleek there. Now, this one does have the Onyx Light package here, which includes these 20-inch aluminum wheels. I love how they're gloss black. We get the Brembo brakes all the way around, which is great. Red calipers. And then we have passive keyless entry on all 4 doors, power door lock controls. We have a 14-speaker Bose Performance Series sound system, memory seat functions there. And then we have one-touch up and down windows on the front, express down on the back, power mirror controls here, power folding side mirrors that do have blind spot monitors, and then our rear window lockouts there. Power liftgate controls here. Push that button to open and shut. We have an electronic parking brake, heads-up display controls are here. Hood release, power tilt telescoping steering wheel. And here's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. Now, I want to give a huge thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for allowing me to review this XT5 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But $69,413 is a sticker price here. Fuel economy, and then parts content right there. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna see how I can sit behind myself. So I mean, relatively good space. Seat back pockets are on both sides. Rear AC controls are here. We also get 3-stage heated outboard seats. And then a little storage there. And then we have a USB-C, USB-A duo there. And there's a view of the front from back here. But sunroof, that's what the sunshade looks like. This middle seat folds down. Bottle holders there. Grab handle, LED reading lights throughout. And you can hang a metal hanger hook there with a shirt if you need to. Now your child locks are on the door on either side. Lock, unlock. Fuel fillers here. Takes regular just fine. Now as we come around to the back end here, we do get LED tail lamps, dual exhaust. I like how that's integrated in the bumper, and I also like just how with the Sport it has the ring around there. It kind of gives you that that galvanized look there. I really like that. And then cargo space there. This one does have a cargo shade that we can retract. We want that out of the way. Then the cargo net there. There's your spare tire. The 12 volt over there. And then you can pull on the side either way here or from back here to fold either side down in terms of the second row seats. And then your top tethers for the car seats are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. So it's kind of hard to see with the cargo shade, but that's the difference between the seat being up, the seat being down. And then as we come around to the rear passenger side, pretty easy to pop it back into place. And then you do have the option to recline it quite a bit as well. But lower latch anchors are here. I'm trying to get inside quickly. It's 20 degrees outside. I can barely feel my hands. But here's our power front passenger seat with 2-way power lumbar support. A little tray, storage tray there at the 12 volt. You're going to put a small handbag or something. Lockable glove compartment there. As we come back around to the front, Quick look in the engine bay. There's that 3.6 V6. I'm just gonna show off the blinkers before we hop in. So I know it's a glare out, so it's a bit harder to see than it would be at night. But let's get in the driver's seat. All right, leather wrapped steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the infotainment system, we do get AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. We have the embedded navigation system here, so you don't need a subscription to use that built in. And then we do have the Wi-Fi hotspot. The language you can change here. You can add your phone there. And then you have your apps in here. Vehicle settings include your rear seat reminder, teen driver. And then we do have our climate controls we can use on the screen if you want to do that. So dual zone in the front, and then again, the rear has its own set as well. And then cameras, you have several views, front cameras there, backup camera with guidelines that follow you as you turn the steering wheel, curbside view. And then the buttons on this side, your parking sensors you can toggle, the self park assist, you can turn that on or off there, and then your auto stop, you can toggle that as well. I do have to be in drive to get the park assist going, and that's how you use that. And then your hazards right there. They have a few controls for the climate below, fan speed, temperature for either side. Then you have the auto, turn the whole system off, and your 3-stage heated cooled seat controls are there. For the shifter, hit the brake, button on the side, pull down for drive, tap for manual, up for neutral, hit the button, pull all the way up for reverse, press P for park. And then you do have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel you can use in that manual mode. You can stow these bottle holders here if you want to do that. And then your volume knob is here. You can use this to go through the screen if you don't want to use the touch screen there. And then shortcuts for the audio, phone. Traction controls here. This mode button goes to your drive modes. You have your Tour, all-wheel drive, sport, and off-road. Center console cubby space. Removable trays in there. SD card reader, and then you have a USB-C, USB-A duo as well. The SD card reader is where the embedded navigation gets its info. Wireless charging pad right there. And there is the Ultra View roof. You can tilt or slide that. It's a one-touch tilt. Hold it back, it'll slide. Hit it a second time. Goes all the way behind that second row glass. So pretty huge opening. Now your theft sensor inclinator, you can turn that on or off here for the interior. You have your garage door transmitter, the lights, and then that's the control for the sunshade. That's the control for the roof. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Rear camera mirror off, on. We have our vanity mirror. And back up front here, blinkers. And then you can set your auto lights there, cut them off, back on there. Auto high beams, you can turn those on or off here. And then you do have your automatic wipers. So one time off, auto, low, high, and you can adjust that auto sensitivity here. Rear wiper, intermittent on, off, push back for the rear fluid, pull up for the front. And then left side of the steering wheel, mute button, voice recognition, cruise control. If you want to go between adaptive and regular, you just hold this cancel button here. And you can set your speed there. Forward collision alert and the adaptive cruise gap adjust is there. Lane keeping system, heated steering wheel toggle, track list or radio station presets you can go through there. Volume controls are here. And then these 4 arrows in the select are to go through the middle part of the gauge cluster. So you can go through the trip meters, fuel range, tire pressure monitors, fuel economy. And then if you go to the options over here, you can change your units of measurement if you want to do that. And you can also change what's on the info pages. So if you want to turn some things off or turn other things on, you can. And then up front here, we do have the heads-up display, and we can move that, adjust the brightness, and change the information there. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Cadillac XT5 Sport with all-wheel drive out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this XT5 Sport, I like how the V6 moves paired with this 9-speed. You can feel the shifts a bit more than you can in the 10-speed, but it just makes it feel that much sportier to me. And specifically with the sport trim, I like the way that it drives, and it helps having the manual mode as well, specifically with the paddle shifters. It just makes it more exhilarating in my opinion. Now the comfort's still here in this XT5, even though you have the sport wheels, you have the bigger wheels, the thinner tires, the sport tune suspension. But I love everything about this trim. It just really makes these that much more fun than, let's say, a luxury. Here we go. So I wasn't able to slow it down now all the way, but we went through about a gear or two where I was getting close to redlining. I shouldn't say close to redlining, but where the exhaust was really shining. The sound you get from this V6 paired with the dual outlet exhaust, it just makes it feel, again, that much sportier. Now I do want to give one more thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for allowing me to review this XT5 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But overall, again, even with these 20s, this ride is fantastic. And fuel economy is decent for a V6, I think. You have 18 city, 26 highway. Again, the all-wheel drive system too. I've been in front-wheel drive mode this whole time. Didn't even put it into sport. But I will put it into the all-wheel drive mode now, and I'll leave it there for the rest of the test drive. So in terms of what you get for the money, I mean, it's a very nice vehicle. I do think $70,000 is a lot for this body style. It hasn't been touched since 2017 for the most part. But what's crazy is it still holds pretty well compared to the competitors, I think. And this is just my opinion. When you're talking about the Lincoln Nautilus, I mean, you can't really, that just got a refresh here, a redesign that was crazy. But, I mean, that's 100% Chinese. This just still feels like an American vehicle. You have the 9-speed, you have the V6, you're not having the 8-speed with a 2-liter turbo. As expensive as this is, I don't feel like anything is done cheaply here. And that's just based on what I'm seeing here. Just having the paddle shifters, the heated steering wheel, the ultra view roof, the heated cooled seats. In this sport trim particularly, I feel like you get a lot for the money. And what really holds me back, like if this was in a Nautilus, I think, oh, okay, yeah, 70 grand is, I get it. I think the big thing is where this body style has aged, and we haven't seen a lot of, I guess, big changes. It's easy to say, oh, well, this is an aging body style. They got a lot of nerve charging this kind of money. But me personally, I still see a lot of people driving these, a lot of people buying them, because they're one of the last luxury vehicles that still, and this is, again, just my opinion, it still pertains to the older crowd. So a lot of boomers that are in the market for a Cadillac, they don't like these new CT5s, they don't like the CT4s, they think they look sporty and they feel too sporty. This has a V6 with a more traditional automatic that you can make snappy if you want it to be, or leave it in that tour mode and it's just easy to drive. And people that are coming out of SRXs and older Lincoln Nautiluses and things of that nature are gonna appreciate this as opposed to the newer models. And that's just my opinion. But all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Cadillac XT5 in the sport trim level with all-wheel drive.